Hey, good afternoon. This is Plain Jane in my living room in rural Virginia. And what I would like you to do right now is to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Make comments too. I don't care. Even though you don't know what you're commenting on. By the time you know, you may not want to do it. Well, since the spring of 2020, Antifa and Black Lives Matter have been tearing up certain really showcase democratic cities. And when I mention this to smart, educated people I know, and I'm not saying that sarcastically, they really are smart and educated. They say it's about racial and economic justice and so on and so forth. After all, George Floyd's picture's everywhere, isn't it? And the rioting began when he was killed. Do they not see the looting? The vandalism of small businesses and homes, the fires? Maybe we've built a political Tower of Babel, making communication impossible, even when someone's yelling fire in a crowded theater, with videos to prove it. And victims, some of them dead. Are partisans deaf and blind, or are they pretending to be? And if so, why? Is it gaslighting? People say that Antifa is an idea, an imagery, something more or less abstract. No evidence of organization. No. Should people be blamed for echoing their elected leaders who said these things first? Now, journalist Andy Ngo, Ngo, is the son of Vietnamese immigrants. And he has been covering Antifa for years, for which he was stopped and given a brain injury that's more than an idea. It wasn't an image of a brain injury that he was given. Antifa, his book, Antifa Unmasked, tells what he found out and what he experienced and provides some of the details I have here. Okay, Americans have reason for being ignorant of Antifa or other anti-fascist groups. The groups are organized enough to have good public relations and to enforce secrecy. For example, journalists may film police defending the federal courthouse in Portland. But filming the Antifa cadre that is throwing chunks, that is blinding them with lasers as their buddies throw chunks of concrete at them. Now, that is a no-no. Cannot do that. So you see one side of it. You see what the cops are doing. You don't see what Antifa is doing. And some of those cops are still blind. Well, Rose City Antifa of Portland has a 6-month course with training manuals and recommended readings. They recommend programs to install on devices for encryption and for masking. Sounds pretty organized to me. In an Antifa occupied zone, residents and business owners who enjoy busy signals, if that's what they get into, they can dial 911. Cops' hands are tied. No tear gas, none of this, none of that. And of course, the cops don't want to feature in the latest viral video. When rioters do get arrested, this is the part I can't figure out. When rioters do get arrested, they are bailed out with funds from sympathizers, some of whom you may have voted for. For some reason, we are paying tribute to the anti-government. Thugs are free to thug out. After all, that's what they do. What's to stop them until people flare their nostrils and smell the smoke? In the meantime, get yourself a radical adrenaline thrill from a safe distance, of course. After all, symbolic images of fire and flying concrete are invading somebody else's backyard, somebody else's small business, not yours. Now that the election's over, you can tell me, is this a homeless tantrum? The rage of the fatherless, as one writer would have it? The effect of 30 years of violent video games? Are they stormtroopers accomplishing some political objective? If so, who do they serve? You can tell me. Bring on the comments and tell me how this all serves racial justice or social justice or any kind of justice at all. Thank you.